episode, we will be centered on Easter from religion to tradition.
Which I have questions. I feel like I've been lied to my whole life.
Why is it that every time we look something up, we always have questions and that we're lied to?
It's like we celebrate things for, like, without knowing the full history of it. We just did it because we needed a reason to barbecue and get together type of thing.
Pretty much.
But you tell us, Chen, why do you feel lied to?
Yeah, tell us.
It says that it's a Christian holiday and we grew up Catholic.
But Christianity derived from Catholic. Or
No, Catholicism is a derivative of Christianity.
Yeah, that.
But it's like, where do you draw the line? Because I feel like some things are like, oh, that's Christian based. Like, you know how like quinceañeras, this is going on a tangent, but quinceañeras are like Catholic.
I don't like quinceañeras. I'm sorry. I don't like quinceañeras.
Why?
I don't think you should be parading that your little girl is now a woman to the world. Like, for what?
But you see, I don't think people do it for that reason anymore. I feel like now it's like, oh, a big party, you know, because she's 15, throw a big party. And then I feel like other people want to get involved and now they do sweet 16s.
No, the party should obviously happen when she starts going through puberty.
I should have had a party at 10 years old.
I feel like that's too, I feel like that's a HIPAA violation. Like, that's just too much. Like, you're asking for, like...
Because, like, if you guys think about it, it's like, why the woman and why not the man? Now, I mean, nowadays, yes, you do hear about quinceañeros. But, like, at the time, why the woman and not the man then? Why didn't we celebrate men when they turn 15?
Okay, so I looked into... So, as I was looking into, like, Easter and the origin, I realized the whole theory behind... So Easter pretty much is like the start of spring.
Yeah.
And the reason why the egg and the bunny is associated is for fertility and the beginning of new life. So spring.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But it goes back to like fertility. Like, who has fertility? Women. I mean, I guess men do too, but like
both. Because one with the other, you don't make nothing.
Right. But I feel like it's more like...
centered on women, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I don't know. This whole time I just thought we had a barbecue and Easter egg hunt and the bunny showed up.
I guess. But it's like kind of like a lot of like Christians will celebrate it because of the events of Jesus' death and resurrection happening during Passover week, so we celebrate Easter. But then Jesus was a man, right?
Yeah.
So it was his death and his resurrection. So it's like, why is the eggs linking to fertility turning into like a woman thing almost?
So is there like two meanings behind it? It's like the whole
Maybe.
Jesus and the start of spring? Because it did say like, obviously, it's not... Easter depends on the full moon. Because last year, it was like the end of March.
That one really shocked me that they wait until the first Sunday after a full moon for Easter, which I didn't know that we waited for that. I just assumed that. I always thought Easter was the first Sunday in April, but then that never made sense as to why it was always changing.
It's weird because it has that weird rule, kind of like Easter, but it's like different. It's like, not Easter, sorry. So Easter always changes and Thanksgiving always changes.
I hate that so much.
But Thanksgiving is like the third Thursday of the month, where over here it's like depends on the moon.
Yeah. The last Thursday of November?
Just the fourth Thursday. I don't know if it's technically the last, but it's the fourth.
I don't know, something like that. But it's like the whatever Thursday, you know? And over here it's like, oh, it goes on the moon. I don't know. But I guess that's with everything. Like, nothing is done the same. Everything has like its own rules.
Yeah.
But I was confused on like how we're based on two different things.
I fully expected it to just be solely based on the resurrection of Christ.
Yeah, same.
And not so much on spring. Like, I was surprised that they, our personal assistant, chat, was like, oh yeah, you know, Easter is based off of this other word, which means like not spring, but like new life, you know, and that's why it's celebrated in the spring.
Yeah, because Easter, they say that Easter may come from, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's Eostre.
I would assume like Eostre.
maybe it kind of maybe just sounds like Easter, and we just don't know. But anyway, it's an ancient Anglo-Saxon goddess of spring and fertility, which is where Easter probably came from in a sense too. So
yeah, I didn't expect to be reading about a goddess and not God.
Yeah, that's true. But then in Spanish, Pascua, and Italian Pascua, also different spelling, same pronunciation, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Is connected to Passover, which is more of the Christian side of it.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like the translation.
Doesn't that also determine when Ash Wednesday is also?
I have no idea.
Because of 40 days. Like you can't have, meat on Fridays or whenever, and then you stop on Easter.
But do you see then that one is solely like Catholic based.
Yeah.
Because Christians don't do Passover. Like they don't do Lent.
Which is funny because the early Christians linked the timing of Easter to Passover, but now they don't celebrate that.
Yeah.
So at one point, did they just not agree on views? So they both did like their own thing.
I don't think it's gonna happen. Like some people
because,
just
like in Christianity, they don't really like because if you go to a Catholic church, there's a little temple for the Virgin Mary, but in Christianity, they don't like celebrate her the way Catholics do.
I don't think they believe her, right?
Like, yeah, she's Jesus' mom, but like that's it.
So I think that's one of like the big noticeable differences.
We literally have a thing that says Santa Maria, Madre de Dios, venga por nosotros, like.
Yeah, isn't that like basically during the rosary when someone dies?
Yeah, that's one of the things that we say when somebody. I don't know. Is that considered a chant? A Bible chant? Religious chant? I don't know.
Well, no, it would be like basically like a prayer.
Oh, prayer. Yeah, that's what it's called. I couldn't think of the word.
She's like, chant. I
was like, what is the word for it? Chant. Because we're chanting something.
It's kind of hard.
I remember going to like 2 or 3, I don't know what they were called, I guess like a rosary, where you go for like a week just praying for the person who died.
Oh, yeah.
For the Passover?
Yeah.
Oh, Passover. Just thought about that. Yeah, where you pray for their soul to go to heaven and stuff.
I know, and I'm like, well, they're already dead. Whether they go or not is solely on them.
You're like, we can't help their decisions in life and help make them get over there.
We can't.
Maybe it's kind of like, how like, there's some religions, I don't know which one I'm thinking of right now, but I know there's one where they have to bury the body within a certain number of days after they pass away for their body to go to the other. Yeah, I don't know if it's like, okay, don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure. It might be Muslim, some type of other religion. I'm not too sure which one it is. But there's one.
I didn't
and
know
I might have heard of it on TV. I'm not too sure. But there was one where you like have to have the body buried within a certain number of days for it to like go to that side, like their heaven or whatever.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Oh, it is. There's Muslim and Jewish, so burial should happen as soon as possible, ideally within 24 hours of death. And it's based on respect for this deceased and belief that the soul moves on quickly. So I was right. It was Muslim. Ha, I wasn't incorrect.
Oh. I wonder if they have a funeral at all.
Maybe just like maybe they do like a little feast, like
a ceremony,
kind of ceremony. Maybe?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But it's like crazy how everyone has like their own beliefs on like what is what and what's celebrated, and I don't know. So does everyone celebrate Easter, or like is that why they came up with the second meaning in case you didn't want to celebrate it for
first one
religious reasons? You could celebrate it as the beginning of spring.
I don't think I've ever met anyone who doesn't celebrate it for religious reasons.
Well, I've met people who don't celebrate Christmas because of religious reasons.
Yeah, and I feel like those same people also don't do like birthdays and stuff.
Yeah, like I remember I had a friend, and I can't remember what religion he was, but they don't celebrate Christmas because they don't believe in that.
But do they celebrate like something else?
Like Hanukkah?
Maybe. I don't remember what religion he was, honestly. But I remember when he told me that, he's like, I'm finally going to celebrate Christmas this year. It's so exciting. And I was just kind of like thinking like, it's just Christmas though.
But you see, that's crazy because I feel like the whole world celebrates Christmas. So like, what do you do? Because everything kind of shuts down and everything is like, maybe not Christmas, but everything says like happy holidays everywhere you go and like Christmas music. Like
now it's just happy holidays. It used to be Merry Christmas.
Yeah, it has to be happy holidays.
Yeah. Like, do you remember the whole thing with like Starbucks? I think they put on their cups like Merry Christmas or something. And there was like a whole thing where people were making a big deal out of it, and they had to change it to Happy Holidays or something like that.
But I feel like it's the same thing with like even Hobby Lobby. They're, you know, and even like Chick-fil-A, they're very Christian based.
Yeah.
So they close on Sundays and they don't sell, like, especially Hobby Lobby, they don't do Halloween. And instead of fall, they call their stuff harvest.
Yeah.
Like, they're able to show their beliefs in that way. Like, why was it in Starbucks?
When do we when are we able to cross that line between religion and business, you know? It's almost like religion and politics.
Well, I think like Chick-fil-A and Hobby Lobby have made it very well known that they are Christian based, which is why they close on Sundays, which I like it. Like, good for them. But then on Sunday, sometimes I want Chick-fil-A and sometimes I want to go walk through Hobby Lobby. So then I'm like, fuck, you know? But
that's when you bulk buy on Saturday, so you can have some the next day.
But on Saturday, you don't know that you want it the next day, Nana.
Yeah, like when you're pregnant, your cravings just come.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like sometimes you just want Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, there are many times where we're like, oh, Chick-fil-A sounds good, and then we're like, oh wait, it's Sunday, and we're like, oh well.
So maybe Starbucks is more like a universal, no sides.
Yeah, maybe.
No religion incorporated because they're more like a... Well, is Hobby Lobby considered a corporation?
I have no idea.
They're kind of just like, oh, we're here to serve coffee, not really to show our views. But just like with anything else, people get very picky on the way you like word things and...
Yeah.
We're just so sensitive, and we can't be happy. If we're upset, then we have to make the rest of the world upset, you know?
But it also makes no sense because I feel like the majority of the population in America is like Christian.
Yes, but I feel like it's the few that aren't that are very loud about it, which is like one of the things that's like if you're not happy with something, be loud about it, and that's how you get heard. Which I feel like that's why there's been so many changes to make things universally.
And that's why they ruined Snow White.
They ruined what?
Snow White, she said.
Oh, for real.
Which, okay, so getting into that, into the princesses, like, as we were kids watching the movies, like, we're like, oh, you know, princess, you know, the storyline, we didn't really, like, think much of it.
I didn't think about the color of their skin at all.
No, but even growing up, like, you're like, oh, Snow White, she had 7 guys, like, go and save her. She was living with 7 guys. Like, you know, like, it's more like, oh, you need a man to save you from, like, the tower.
Yes,
like, you know, it's like...
It's very centered on that.
It made, like, females very, like, helpless looking, so that's when people got upset about that, too. And I'm like, it's a story, it's our childhood, it's what we grew up with, like, we didn't know as kids, like, you know, we were just like, oh, princesses, you know?
And even then, back in that time, women, I'm not saying they didn't do anything, okay? I know my grandma was a hard worker, my mom was a hard worker, but women were known to be around the house.
Yeah.
Doing stuff. Men were coming and bringing the money. Yeah. So in a sense, they were saving you. So I get why.
And even then, I think as, you know, you grew up, you didn't expect a guy to come save you.
Like, yeah, I know. But, I mean, I understand that's the way we grew up, but, like, I may have grown up in that era of time, but I didn't grow up with that mentality.
Yeah.
You know? I'm able to fend for myself and think for myself.
Yeah.
So, I don't...
Are you really?
Yes, Chen, I am. But I don't know, like, why... Okay, I get why people are so upset about certain things, but it's just kind of like, look we were kids, we didn't think about, like, oh my god, Snow White is white, oh my god, Cinderella's white, oh my god, you know? But we also had Pocahontas. She was Indian. Native American, not Indian.
Oh, yeah. But you see, at that point, like, I feel like all I cared about was, like, the princess and which storyline I liked better, you know? And then we would go to Disneyland and we wanted to see Cinderella and we wanted to see Snow White and we wanted to get on the rides. Like, I didn't really think about it as, like, the full story. And now, in today's world, I feel like everything just has to be universally neutral, but...
She said yeah.
Yeah. She knows.
She agrees.
No, but, like, Pocahontas was done in 1995, which in the era, we're still, like, dealing with maybe racism and, like, a bunch of other stuff going on. But, what's it called? And they made a dark-skinned, in a sense, princessy movie, you know?
Yeah.
And I thought it was great. I still watch it to this day, and I think it's an amazing movie, and I love it.
And there was also Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan. So it's like, in a sense, like, I understand where people are coming from, but at the same time, it's like, what do you mean? We did have some diversity.
Yeah.
So what, are we going to remake Pocahontas with some light-skinned character now? Mulan, the American version, to include everybody?
Instead of her going after a white man, she'll go after a black man.
A Native American?
Oh. Yeah, Native American.
So it'll be the opposite, roles reversed. I'm sorry, but you know what? Leave my childhood movies alone, please, and concentrate on making new movies with all this diversity. Yeah. Thank you. Well, thank you, please. I think after I heard about the Ariel thing, that they made her a different color of skin, and I was just kind of like, but what about the red hair? It's not going to stand out as much in the complexion of skin, you know? That's like her main selling point was her red hair. So I was just kind of like, I don't like this whole live action. I love how we were talking about Easter and now we're talking about diversity.
I don't really know how we got here, but
well, we were talking about princesses and I don't know what.
Talk about going off on a tangent.
Okay, anyway, so I did see like the cultural meaning of Easter, like we were talking about, is a celebration of spring, hope, renewal, victory over death, eternal life, which, you guys, eternal life is not a thing, so, you know.
Heaven.
Oh, well, I meant like eternal life on earth.
Oh, yes, there is no eternal life on earth.
So then, traditions of the past. So like we have, early Christians would gather at sunrise to celebrate resurrection, which kind of include like nowadays when people go to church for Easter, you know, Passover.
Right. I wonder, did we go to church growing up? I don't remember.
Yeah, we would go to church.
For Easter?
I don't know.
No, I think we only went to church while we were doing our like first communion and stuff.
And when we had when we were in the choir, Nina.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You guys were in the choir.
Should we sing some of our songs?
Oh,
would you like to hear them?
Yes, please. Let's hear a little piece.
I don't even remember
1,
them.
2, 3.
I just remember like the Christmas ones, like Mi Burrito Sabanero.
Yeah, but that's like that's like a regular song.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Oh, so speaking of the Christmas song, I wanted to completely sidetrack, but I wanted to get Kathy a little sweater that says "Tuki Tuki Tuki" and it has the little burrito. Burrito. It has the little donkey on there.
The burrito.
I know. I don't know why I said burrito. Burrito.
There you go, burrito. That'd be cute.
Mm-hmm. So I thought about doing it last year, but I think she was in between sizes, so she was scared to like order it. So I think this year she's gonna be rocking it all December.
Oh yeah, all December.
All December. So get ready to be tired of her being in the same outfit.
Actually, you should just put her in it for Thanksgiving.
So, some traditions of like on the religious aspect. So, they would be fasting during the Lent time. Easter was marked with big feasts, so they would have like lamb, sweetbreads, and stuff like that. And they also would light candles as to signify like Jesus is the light of the world. And like even then they would still use eggs as a symbolize of new life long before Christianity used eggs. I don't know if we have any like traditions nowadays.
I'm trying to think. I know we did a few egg hunts growing up, but I don't think we've ever had any like super religious tradition.
No, because like honestly, like even though our parents raised us on Catholicism? Catholicism, it wasn't like ingrained into us, right? Like other people, you know. Yeah. So yeah, we would go. I think we did in that for a time. We would go to church on Sundays as a family, but then like slowly we just stopped going, and then we joined choir. So then we would always go on Sundays because choir.
Yeah, and I remember I also joined youth group, so I would go more often than you guys.
How did I completely forget you guys did all that? Because you guys definitely did more religious things than we did then.
Oh yeah, I feel like you guys never went to church.
I know, for real.
You know, we embraced it when we wanted to. I guess I can say, I don't know if I guess I say I'm Catholic because we did like the baptism and the first communion, but we never really like practiced it.
I think most people, I don't want to say most people don't practice it because there's still plenty of people that practice it, but there's a lot of people who say they are, but they don't practice it. I say, like, if somebody asks me, I just say, like, oh, I was raised as a Catholic, now I'm more spiritual rather than I'm Catholic, because, like, I don't think I really am Catholic anymore, you know?
Right.
Even though, like, technically I am, but I don't believe in everything they believe in.
Right.
I remember Dad one time said, oh, we should go back to church and stuff. And I said, no, I'm okay. And he's like, why? And I was like, oh, it's because, like, I don't believe in everything that they believe in. I don't like that you can't really question things. You're just supposed to believe.
Right.
Which I understand, like, you know, faith and everything. But at the same time, like, I want to question certain things. And he's like what? I'm like, well, the whole homosexuality thing, like, why do we have to hate people? Why do we have to not like these people? Why aren't they allowed to get married if they're in love? Why can't, you know, all this stuff happen? Why does it have to be man and woman and that's it?
Yeah.
And he was just like, he didn't know what to say, you know, because I was like, well, yeah, like, these are questions I have.
He just was trying to invite you to church, and you went on into the deep end.
But it's just questions I have, like, why can't we just love everybody and let people who want to be married get married? Like, you know, like, why does it matter to your life? It doesn't, you know, like, let them live their life, let them be able to do all these things. It's not fair, but that's just me.
Yeah.
We went on a complete tangent on this.
I know. She's like, you know what? We were already off topic, so let me just go ahead and go even further off topic.
I said this is a safe zone, so let me just speak my mind.
I mean, I did put in the description possibility of some hot topics in there.
Yeah, I will say, like, one thing I learned is, like, you don't have to go to church to have a strong belief or faith in whatever you choose to believe in.
I want to say, is it Christianity where when you confess to God himself, and Catholics, we confess to the priest?
Oh, I never liked that.
Like, who is he to tell me that I am doing right or wrong, you know?
Yeah, and, like, God is the only one who can judge us, so, like, why am I gonna tell you what I did wrong, and then you're gonna be like, oh, say 10 Hail Marys for, like, a week, and then you're good.
Yeah, like, who are you to give me this?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's, like, dumb.
And it's like, Jesus literally died on the cross for all of our sins, and therefore we will be forgiven if we go to him. So, like, why do I have to go to this priest? Not to mention the priest at our church was mean.
I know, he was rude.
Yeah.
He would, like, we would be in the middle of the service, and then somebody's kid would be crying, because, you know, kids cry.
Yeah.
And he would tell them to go take him outside, and, like rudely.
Yeah.
Maybe they had questions too.
Like, it would be nice if they offered, like, childcare, I guess. Because we went to a church here for a little while, and they had daycare where you could drop off your kids and go to service, and they would go get you if, like, your kid couldn't be tamed, you know, like, if they were just crying nonstop. But even then, if, like, the pastor at the church would be like, you know, you might hear kids, you know, crying, whatever, and that's totally fine, you know. He's super nice.
They were happy that you were there.
Yeah.
So that guy wasn't my favorite pastor, but I do remember Padre Ramon, I think that was his name.
I think so. He was
super nice. Yeah. I liked him a lot. But then he moved to some other church. Traditions now, I don't think we really have any traditions now other than just Easter eggs. And I feel like we don't really celebrate Easter as a family because we don't have Easter egg hunts, and because we don't have Easter egg hunts because, you know, we don't have kids. Well, now we do, but we didn't have kids in the family.
Yeah, before it was more of a thing, and then as we grew older, we're like, all right, well, the kids, unless you're gonna put money in there, we weren't interested, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then, well, now, I mean, there's 2 kids, but we're in 2 different states, so it's weird because now I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, what's gonna be, are we gonna have an Easter tradition? And if so, what is it? But I think for now, I'm like, okay, well, I'll make her like an Easter basket.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we're going to do anything. Last year, this is her second Easter, but last year we literally came home like 2 days before Easter, so we just stayed home.
Yeah, so I don't think we did anything last year either. So that's why I was asking too, Francisco. I was like, do you guys do anything? Because I know you have kids in the family. Like, are we going to go to your family's thing? And he's like, oh, I don't know what we're gonna do. And I was like, well, I don't know what we do either, because last year I don't think we did anything. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on this Easter. But so far, nobody knows.
Last year, we went to the store and got Cammy a stuffed bunny.
Oh, see, that's a tradition. That should be a good tradition right there. Down.
I'm over the stuffed bunnies. Catalina has way too many, and she just received a whole nother batch for her birthday, and I don't know where to put them anymore.
That's funny.
So no stuffed bunnies over here.
Put them as pillows on the ground so she can just lay on them.
I know. Actually, some of them are pretty big, which I think I could do.
There you go. She can lay on the floor with it.
I know, but yeah, I don't know. It's like a weird... I guess we did go through like a weird phase where we didn't really do anything for Easter.
Yeah, there was like a while.
I mean, I think every now and then we would like barbecue.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Easter. It was just like a family gathering.
Right, just to be together. I don't know. I'm curious as to what we're gonna do this year. I mean, last year I didn't have to think about it because it's like, okay, well, I came home on a Friday. And I think Easter was that Sunday. So, and it was raining that weekend too. Yeah. I remember that because Daniel's friend had a baby shower that next day. So I didn't go. I stayed home and he just went for like an hour. And so I didn't really have to think about it last year. But this year I'm like, and even last year I was like debating before she was even born because it was a scheduled C-section. So I knew she was going to be born before Easter. Right. I was debating whether to even make her like an Easter basket as her first Easter basket. But then I'm like, I was trying to get so many last things put together before she got here. Like making sure like I had like swaddles and like everything, all the like little stuff that I had. Yeah. So I didn't really like do anything, but I'm glad, Addis, you actually gave me that little pink bunny, which I still have. So I was like, okay, that'll be like her Easter thing because you had given me that little pink bunny and it was perfect. So I was like, okay, that's good. As 5-day-old, like this is perfect. This is good enough. Here,
happy Easter.
Yeah. Yeah. So it just worked out. But this year, yeah, I am working on an Easter basket, but now it's like, okay, well, how far do you go with Easter baskets? Because I made her one and I'm like, okay, well, I have to make Chief one. And then I'm like, okay, well, I guess Daniel gets one too.
Everybody just gets one.
I know. And they're nothing like crazy. And I know at some point, like a lot of it's like just junk. Like at some point, I'm like, okay, well, I don't want junk anymore. Maybe we can, like, as she grows up, maybe we can get her like one bigger toy, I guess. Mm-hmm. And not fill up a basket with like candy and like little Target junk. I guess that's gonna like, she's not gonna be interested in.
I think though, like I want to get her a book about Easter, and then maybe like a little cute stuffed animal, not a big one,
a bunny,
like a little one, and then like a snack and a candy, and I think that'd be pretty fun because I mean she's barely gonna be like 2. She doesn't care.
Yeah. See, I wanted to make Katilu an Easter basket, but she's so small. She can't have candy yet.
I know, and it's honestly, and I can tell you exactly what she has in her Easter basket. She has her favorite snackies that are like Easter flavored, I guess. Like they are like special flavors that came out for Easter. She has clothes, Easter clothes. I got her an Easter dress that she can wear that day if we do anything. I think there's like a little jumping little chicken, like a little, or maybe it's a bunny. Maybe I got the bunny. It's like a little jumping bunny. I think I got her some stuff for her hair. I got her a bubble machine because I thought that was kind of cool that she could be like interested in. I think that's pretty much it. Like I tried to keep it like simple stuff that I know she would like either eat or use.
She tried to keep it simple, then she's like, I got this and this and this.
I know, she's like a bubble machine.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the bubble machine was like $7. It's like battery operated, super small, and it's probably gonna break in like 2 months. So, like, I tried to get stuff that like it wasn't just all junk candy, because obviously I don't want to give her candy right now.
I just thought it was like maybe her favorite snacks,
Yeah, and that's what I did. It's like her favorite snacks. I don't even know. I think I did get her like 3 or 4 outfits, but I don't know. It's not like Easter related. It's just like springy because all the spring stuff came out.
And as long as she's actually gonna be excited to get it anyway. She's just
I know. So that's why it kind of makes it kind of hard. Yeah. But I think like maybe next year we'll get her like one gift from the Easter bunny or something instead of making like a full on basket. And then And maybe I'll still get her a basket and do like a small little egg hunt where I just throw them on the lawn and she goes and picks them up type of thing. So she understands the concept.
Yeah.
I just really don't want it. And I think I'm thinking this way because her birthday will always be super close to Easter.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, she just got a bunch of gifts for her birthday. Like, I don't really need to add to more the chaos, I guess. So that's why I'm kind of like, okay, well, let me do snacks that I know she'll eat and something that she's more into because she has so many toys. I don't need to get her more toys, you know?
You know what? And I think like that's a good idea too because you don't always have to get her candy. Like even as she grows up, you can always get her favorite snack.
Yeah. So that's like what I was thinking. And I did look on TikTok and I forgot I made a coffee. So it's probably cold now. I forgot that I made a coffee like right when we started. I don't know where I was going with this.
So you were looking at some videos on TikTok.
Oh, yeah. So I was looking at TikToks. That's what. Okay, so I was going to get her like a pair of Crocs, but she already has 2 pairs that are like size 3 that she doesn't even fit in yet. And then for her birthday, she got another pair. So I was like, okay, she doesn't need another pair of Crocs. But I got her like little glasses and like I was just looking on TikToks for ideas and a lot of people do stuff like that. They do like bath toys or like little Crocs and sunglasses and a sun hat. And, stuff like that versus chocolate and candy and just like Play-Doh and slime and stuff like that.
I like Play-Doh.
Play-Doh, I don't want because it's very hard to like.
She can eat it.
She can eat it, and which I'm sure they make like non-toxic now. But anyway, she can eat it and it can get stuck everywhere and stain things.
Put her down on a plastic mat and let her play with Play-Doh.
Or you know what a really fun tradition would be? Like baking like cookies or bread or like treats together.
Yeah,
that would be fun.
That's a good idea.
Because I've seen people making a little sourdough bunny.
Aww.
And I'm like, oh, I kind of want to make one.
I did think about that too, like baking cookies and like cupcakes, but like for Yunin, I feel like maybe it would be a good age to start doing that because she can maybe not really so much help, but like, stick her hand in the cookie dough or like, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And help you like do the stretch and folds for sourdough.
Yeah.
Gati's not there yet. Gati would probably just try to eat everything right now.
I want to get her incorporated and get one of those like little step stools for her.
Oh, yeah.
Because she likes to be there and like I'll hold her or like sit her on the counter while I do things.
Yeah.
And she likes to like stick her hand in things and I'm just like, oh, I need to get one of those.
You know what you need to get?
Huh?
They sell kid knives.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I've seen the little cutting sets.
Yeah. They're made out of like plastic. And I guess they still cut, but they're like safe.
I think some of them are made out of wood.
Yeah. So that would be cool to like, have her like help you, even though it's not going to be like
much, but at least like she could test the products and like she'll like eventually know what she's using,
Yeah.
Right. And then she can like copy mom, so that would be like cute. So you definitely, I want you, well, I don't know if you'll be able to do it, but see if you could do that bunny with her and send a picture because that'd be cute.
I know. I should make a big one and a small one.
Yeah, because that'd be super cute. But it's like things like that. Like, like we don't, I guess, not that we really follow religion anyways, but making like your own traditions for Easter is, I feel like, the route that I'm going.
Yeah.
Like I know Daniel's brother, like they like to go camping and a lot of his family goes camping Easter weekend.
Okay.
So that's just
fun.
like, that's like one of their traditions,
Yeah.
And they have like a whole thing that they do. But yeah, it's like your own traditions, obviously adapt it to your lifestyle and your family.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's more fitting for us just because we don't really practice our religion as much. And Addie, so you question it. So, but which is fine, but it's just, like doing like your own traditions. And
I mean, I still believe in like a higher being and like God and stuff. It's just that I don't like the other part of it where it's like like the whole, what was it in the Bible? I don't remember exactly what it was. It was something about like he burned a village of homosexuals or what is it? I don't know. Maybe you know.
See, I've never read the Bible, so I have no idea.
I've only read like the first book, I think.
I don't know, but I don't like the stereotype behind like people who are really religious not liking homosexuals because they are homosexual and like of other.
Yeah, but that goes back to like everyone has different beliefs, everyone has different traditions, and you just adapt them to where you are in life and what your views are. Like for us, our parents actually would do it for us. We would do like barbecues and, Easter egg hunts and all that. And as we got older, like obviously, just like with Santa and the Tooth Fairy, like we don't believe in that anymore because we got older and we realized that was just a magical and mythical thing that our parents did for us.
So then how come they made us like fall for the whole Santa thing? And why didn't we do the whole Tres Reyes Magos,
My dad would actually have us. He's like, send Dia de los Magos, like go put your shoes outside or, whatever.
I think we did it like once or twice.
I think my dad would just randomly like think of it because he was probably like, I don't know. He would just tell us like, Los Reyes Magos. He would put like $5 in there or something like that. Like it wasn't really a toy because obviously like he would do it like it wasn't so much like Santa, like they would buy us gifts and stuff like that. It was more like, go put your shoes outside and see if you get anything. And then like he would go and like put $5 when we would go to bed. It was like something like honestly like something like just very small. Like it's just like just to do it just because it wasn't like every year. It was just like whenever he would think of it.
I wouldn't mind like knowing more about Los Tres Reyes Magos. I mean, I know like the gist of it, but
and you see, I honestly don't even know what day it is.
I don't either. I don't know if there is a day. I just know
there is a day because that's the day my dad would tell us, but it wasn't every year.
The 3rd or the 5th of January.
So when is the Rosca? Because it's like the beginning of the year too.
I think the 2nd or the 3rd, so it might be the same date.
Is it the same? Wait, is it the same holiday? Is it all in like one, or am I?
I don't know.
The Rosca symbolized with los Tres Reyes because of the colors, I believe. The red is like one, right?
I honestly don't know.
Because they're hiding baby Jesus, so that's what the Rosca is signifying. Like they're hiding baby Jesus, so you have to find baby Jesus.
I don't know. Honestly, like I said. I say I'm Catholic, but I don't really practice the religion.
I want to say that's what it is. I'm like 80% sure, but I don't know.
So, Dia de los Magos, is that the day they started their journey, and the Rosca is the day that, I don't know.
I just know that they like went on like a trip or something like that, and they were hiding baby Jesus from somebody. They were hiding baby Jesus from somebody, and that's what the Tres Reyes Magos are doing, And I'm assuming La Rosca is around that tradition because if you remember, like, La Rosca, you cut a piece of like this cake and you have to find baby Jesus.
Yeah.
So that's what I think it is, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
I do not know. Yeah, I don't think I've ever questioned the meaning behind it.
Honestly, but I feel like it's one of those things where like I choose to do certain things, like we'll do the Rosca for like fun, and then whoever gets into Jesus will like they have to like provide food for everybody else. So we'll do that, but like do I know the true meaning behind it? No.
And it's not really questioning it, and it's more like just knowing more about it. Like gone into like full depths of investigation.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, like I never was like, why do we get together?
Oh. I do. I question things. I like to question things.
I've accepted that I don't know everything, and we're just gonna go cut a bread and find baby Jesus.
But why? I'm just kidding.
but why?
I mean, I know it's something religious, but I mean, because I don't practice it, I've never looked into it, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It was just like we were raised Catholic, and even my parents, like I didn't finish doing everything. I was baptized and I did the first communion, but I never did confirmation. And funny enough, Daniel did. So he always said that like, we can get married through church because of you.
You have to do your confirmation.
Yeah. So I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, you don't even practice. And your family went from being Catholic to Christian. So I don't know, but he just like kind of pulls my leg on it.
That's the one thing that I do not like about Catholicism. It's like, why does the person you're marrying have to go through every single, like, baptism, communion, confirmation? Like, why?
Because they probably don't believe in getting married outside of your religion.
Well, you see, like, I already did everything backwards, like, literally everything backwards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, we moved in together, and then we bought a house, and then we got a dog, and then we had a baby, and now we're getting married.
So like the whole concept behind a white dress is that your virginity, you know?
You're pure.
You're pure.
So what's the veil over your head? The veil over your head means something too.
It's the veil over your head is like it's kind of like
I feel like there's a meaning
behind it. I can't think of it right now. Hold on.
Chat?
Yeah.
Let us know, Addis. Let us know. Tell your executive assistant to let us know.
Let me see. Purity, modest, and protection. It's been supposedly religious. Here it is. The veil came to represent modesty, purity, and reverence before God. It's a symbol of the bride's innocence and virginity.
So would it be wrong if I have a veil over my head and my daughter's a flower girl?
I think if it's not in a church, probably would be fine.
I feel like, why do you have to let people know though? Like, why?
Exactly. That's the whole thing with me and like the quinceañeras. Why do you need to let people know?
Like, it's obviously a symbolism to represent that, you know? Like, I don't know. You know, people be nosy now.
People really are. They
just want to know the tea. But yeah, like going back to Easter, I don't know. There's the religious traditions, but I feel as times have changed and as obviously we've become more universally aware that not everyone has the same beliefs and everyone's different, I feel like traditions aren't necessarily religious traditions. It's like traditions that you want to start with your family and that fit your lifestyle and just what works for you.
If you want to involve it with faith, then you can, but like a lot of people just do their own thing nowadays, you know?
Yeah. And then still remember that like it does sound like it is a religious holiday, hence the Good Friday, you know, a couple days before and all that, but you can honestly make it your own because the bunny and the egg is related to that too. And that just means like I feel like it means more of like the sparse start of spring and, you know, the fertility and the flowers and everyone starting with veggie gardens and, you know, start of life.
Which is kind of funny that you bring up the egg and the rabbit. So why do we associate it with eggs and rabbits? Because rabbits don't lay eggs.
So I think they both have like a fertility meaning behind it.
Yeah.
I did look it up. Okay, so eggs have...
Women have eggs.
And the men are the rabbits?
I think rabbits reproduce a lot.
Okay, so the men are the rabbits and the women are the egg.
Sure. I don't know.
It would make sense.
I just saw that rabbits have a high reproduction and they represent fertility, and the egg is more like the start of a life. Just like when we have eggs, but they need to be fertilized and, you know, all that. I think egg is just like the start of a life. So like a seed turning into a flower or a veggie. And I guess it means like the egg isn't just an egg. It can become something else. So it can become a flower, a baby, a chicken. It's just like, it's life. The origin of life.
Okay, because like I also saw like you know, the story was that a magical hair would lay colorful eggs, whatever. It's like over time the two ideas of the rabbit and the egg started merging. So therefore now we have an Easter bunny who brings eggs.
What?
I think that's just like making it work. Like, you know, like how did the tooth fairy come about? Like why a fairy?
Yeah, it's like how do we create these two things into one?
Like all imagination, right? Because I mean, I've never seen a fairy. Like, have you ever seen an Easter bunny? You know, so I feel like
no, exactly.
It's just
I just see my bunny.
Yeah, I feel like it's just something that has been associated with like the Grinch. No one's ever seen a Grinch. Does the Grinch really exist? It's just an imagination thing.
He lives on a snowflake.
He lives on what's the mountain called?
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Oh, the mountain is called something.
Isn't it on a snowflake though?
Yeah, like the whole Whoville is all on a snowflake. Like, you know, it's just things that people associate.
That's why nobody knows where he is, because he lives on a snowflake.
What if we live on a snowflake?
Imagine, like, we're just in some alternate reality.
Well, we are on Earth. That's in what is it, in a Milky Way?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess compared to the sun, we are pretty small.
I mean, you know, there are a lot of black holes out there. Who knows where they lead to, because we don't know. So what if there is another Earth-looking thing in a black hole somewhere, and there are more people there? We just don't know about it. So in summary, like, Easter did start with some deeply religious meaning. Then it merged with springtime symbols such as rabbits and eggs. And now it has turned into a holiday a holiday mixed with faith, fun, and family.
Oh, that's cute.
That's like the whole concept.
That's like live, love, laugh, faith, fun, family.
Remember when people used to say that all the time? Live, love, and laugh.
That was the thing.
And then what did they say? Change it to alive. What was it? Alive, fucking haha?
I don't know.
Or something like that.
But the people would be like laundry, gym, repeat, and then work, gym, repeat. People used to do all those things.
No, I want to know who created the live, love, laugh, and if they're a millionaire.
For real, because that's sold everywhere. Okay, so I did have some Easter fun facts. The largest Easter egg ever made was over 25 feet high and weighed more than 8,000 pounds.
Ooh, was it made out of chocolate?
Yeah, chocolate and marshmallow in Italy in 2011.
That's cool.
It's freaking huge.
I guess it wasn't as heavy because it was made out of marshmallow.
Well, it was 8,000 pounds.
Oh, shit, that's pretty big.
Oh my gosh.
Easter is the second biggest candy holiday in the U.S. Halloween is number 1, but Easter beats Christmas and Valentine's Day.
Wow.
I know.
See, I would have never thought of that. I thought it would have been like Valentine's.
Yeah.
Because you do those candy grams.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? I feel like a lot of people buy it after, too. Because it's like half off.
Because everyone just goes for the good deal.
Yeah, I would buy it the day after. I think I literally did go buy some candy the day after.
Because you just wanted candy?
I wanted the Ferrero Rocher ones. And,
oh, yum.
That shit's expensive.
I like
sometimes.
the white ones.
I like the plain one.
The coconut one.
Peeps used to take 27 hours to make back in 1950. Each peep was hand-piped, and now they can make millions a day.
That's crazy.
I know.
They probably tasted better back then, too.
Yeah, I don't like Peeps. They're too, like, ugh.
I mean, it's just a marshmallow.
Yeah, they don't taste the same as marshmallows. I'd rather just have a regular marshmallow.
Same.
I'd rather have a s'more.
In the town of Hawks, France, locals celebrate Easter Monday by cooking a massive omelette using over 4,500 eggs, feeding up to 1,000 people. This tradition is said to have originated from Napoleon's army enjoying omelets in the area.
That's nice.
Nana, that's nice.
I wonder if they feed homeless.
So they do so they do one omelet? Is that what I'm understanding? They do one omelet that has like
a big pan.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, how do they do that? Do they have like freaking what is it called?
They probably use multiple pans.
I wonder if they have like the planchas, like a bunch of planchas all set up together. I don't know.
Yeah, or like a giant wok.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's massive. Well, I don't like eggs, so I will not be joining that.
I like eggs.
Same.
I like omelets. They're good.
They smell good.
They are good.
Yeah, they just smell good. Okay. Cascarones are hollowed out eggs filled with confetti. During Easter celebrations, it's customary to crack these eggs over a friend's head, showering them with confetti for good luck. This playful tradition is popular in Mexico and parts of the southwestern United States.
I'm curious to see if that's going to be a thing, like the confetti eggs, with the price inflation of eggs. Because they used to be super cheap.
Oh, that's right, because they stuff real eggs, huh?
Yes. And even for like the fiestas that they do in Santa Barbara, the confetti eggs is such a popular thing, which I'm really curious. Like, are they still going to do it and they're just going to bring up the price, or are they just not going to do it knowing that people aren't going to buy it?
Well, I wonder what price they're even getting them from. Maybe they work with like a local farmer or something.
I don't know, because eggs are expensive.
I know.
Yeah, I'm like really curious, which I haven't. So I got these Easter stuff like kind of early.
Yeah.
So I didn't really look or see the price on confetti eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even know like what they are, but I know they're usually for the most part kind of cheap. So I'm curious to see what it's going to be this time. I just want to know. People want to know.
You want to know, not people. I'm just kidding.
Which I guess I can look it up.
I don't know. I mean, it is the cascara.
And then there's people too who make like really pretty ones and hand paint them.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind doing that, hand painting them. I feel like we tried that one time, Nana, in Sacramento.
Hand painting? I know we've done the dyed ones, like where you put them in water and they get color.
Yeah, I remember doing something.
What type of water.
I think it was Sacramento when our Tia was still alive, and we were there with my daughter, and we were doing something. Okay, so Easter, would you rathers? Would you rather find one giant Easter egg filled with all of your favorite candy, or 100 small eggs with random surprises inside?
I think the random surprises.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not, like, I like candy, but not like that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more of a chip gal, so I feel like 100 small eggs would be better. Would you rather have an Easter picnic in a beautiful garden or a cozy Easter movie marathon indoors?
Ooh, a picnic.
What was the second one? Something indoors?
A cozy Easter movie marathon indoors.
I think a picnic.
Same. It's a beautiful time for a picnic, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, so far it was a nice week, but I think it's gonna get kind of cold next week.
The only thing I don't know is it says it's in a garden, so like with the garden comes like bugs.
Yeah, but I also
maybe a flower garden and looking from afar.
like, you also think about it, like, memory wise, would you remember a picnic or a movie marathon?
Depends what kind of movie marathon.
I don't think there's a lot of like Easter movies though, is there?
Oh, you'd be surprised.
Really?
I'm pretty sure there's plenty.
I'm not sure. I know there's a few like bunny related movies, but I don't know if they're Easter movies.
Rise of the Guardians? Oh, I thought it was something else. There's a couple.
Is there?
Yeah, Ice Age, The Great Escapade,
No.
The Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown, Rise of the Guardians, Peter Rabbit, Hop. And there's like religious ones, and then there's a couple like Winnie the Pooh, VeggieTales.
Yeah, I would still rather do a picnic.
Me too. I think I'd rather do a picnic.
Uh-huh.
Would you rather have to paint 50 Easter eggs in one day or make 50 Easter baskets in one day?
Easter baskets for sure.
Basket.
You can literally have everything by the pounds and then just grab and put.
Yeah, I feel like Easter baskets are more personalized and like cuter to make.
Uh-huh.
But Easter eggs are also personalized if you're painting them.
I'm not a good artist.
Yeah, but it gets boring because it's like the same egg, just variety of colors. Like, I feel like that would get boring, whereas Easter baskets, like, there's so much you can put in there.
Or you can paint a little picture where you have little bunnies and they're doing things and every single different egg.
I can't be that gentle with an egg. I don't think I could do that.
Would you rather dress up as the Easter bunny for a day or hop everywhere you go for a whole day?
I think I would be dress up. Like, I would get tired of hopping.
Yeah, that'd be a workout.
That's good cardio.
Hopping is not for me.
I would dress up too, though.
Yeah, I think I would rather dress up.
Would you rather win a $500 golden egg prize, but have to find it blindfolded, or be guaranteed a $50 egg with no work? Low-key, I'm down for the challenge.
I think I can do it for like fun. Like, do I need the money or do I not need the money?
I think it would just be for fun for me if I did it.
Okay, so then, yeah, it would be like fun, I guess.
You know, I'd probably just take the $50 egg.
Nana's not trying to do any work.
Nah, I'll go buy myself a nice...
You'll go buy Cammy another bunny stuffy.
Yeah, I'll go buy her another bunny stuffy, and I could buy her all of her Easter goodies with those $50.
She's gonna buy eggs.
Yeah.
They used to be a cheap protein, and now you might as well just buy the protein. Which I don't know why. Like, what happened to the chicken?
There's like a bird flu going around in the East Coast, I think. So they're having to ship a lot of eggs to the East Coast. So that's why the prices went up.
Well, that's rude. Why do I have to pay for?
Well, their inflation should go up. Our egg chickens are fine.
They should pay for it. I don't want to pay for it.
All rude, huh? We're supposed to be a united country.
Yeah.
We are not being very united right now.
Survival. You're on your own. You know what? They can live without eggs for a little bit.
Well, that's rude.
Yeah, they can buy egg whites.
There you go. They can buy egg whites in the carton. I'm just kidding.
Then there goes that chicken. Our special guest.
The chicken has been restrained. I'll probably hear it throughout the whole editing thing.
The chicken is the special guest today.
They were sponsoring the
egg.
Yeah, the egg.
Yeah. They're all like, oh, you guys talking about Easter? Well, here I am.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Thank you so much for tuning in and spending some time with us. We had a lot of fun talking about Easter. Let us know some of your favorite Easter traditions that you have with your family. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to comment, follow, and subscribe. Don't forget to follow our social media. It will be linked down below. But I will say right now, we do have an Instagram and a TikTok, both at Brunch and Banter Pod. So hit that follow, hit that subscribe, and tune in next Wednesday. We have so much more to talk about. Bye!
Bye!
Bye!